Alrighty. Welcome to the Smoke and Mirrors Podcast, your destination for the latest in streaming and movie news and reviews. We are Rob, Dave, and Triz. So today we cover our first look at Haunted Mansion, some more casting for upcoming shows and films, what Fede Alvarez is cooking up for his new Alien film, what Taron Egerton won't do, and our thoughts on Shrinking and the first episode of the new season of Demon Slayer. And let's start the show. Are we living there, big dogs? We good?
Yeah, man.
This is good, man.
Pretty good. Nice and relaxed.
Mm.
Yeah, that's relaxing
This went-
Sunday.
I just went to this Mexican place, paid $20 for 3 tacos, and they were like fucking this. It was tiny. But the protein was good in there, but they was just small.
What
And all the ingredients seemed like they just got it from like the Old El Paso packs or whatnot. They just put it together, paid a premium for it. But at least I know I'll never be going there again.
What kind of protein did you have in there? Chicken or beef?
I said both. I wanted, because it comes with 3, so I wanted 2 chicken and one beef.
No
They didn't
pork?
make with the beef. No, they didn't have pork. It was veggie and then something else. Seafood. That was what it was. Barramundi.
Yeah.
Tell me
Pretty cool.
you like to run up your prices without telling me you like to run up your prices.
And my week was rough. Not rough, but like today, doing a lot of like moving and shit. I think O's finally threw their back out for the first time ever. I was like flattening these boxes, and O's was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna step on them just to flatten them a little bit." And O's was like, really like season the fucking the stop there. Fucking O's felt their back just like
Jesus. Knew the so that threw his back out taking his pants off.
Shit.
Fucking hell. Alrighty. So our trailers for the week, right? So we didn't have that many, we only had 2. So we got our first official trailer for the 4th season of Succession, and this is shortly after we got that notification that this is the final season.
It is. Looks good. It looks very, very good. I mean, it just basically goes into the family dynamics. It's like an expanded version of every other trailer that we've gotten. But O's is in because I didn't realize how close we are to actually getting that first episode.
Yeah.
Because this shit starts in March.
Oh,
shit. It's almost exactly 3 weeks. Yeah, from now, 26th.
Yeah.
I gotta get my ass to the bookie.
Came with a nice little poster as well. All them in the flying V. Flying V. No one knows what's going on.
But no, this looks cool. This is actually making me want to watch this show now. I just might have to get to the bookie. But no, and then we finally got our first teaser for Haunted Mansion. So this showed off majority of our players. So we got to see Owen Wilson, Lakeith Stanfield. I just love that. It looks like the back and forth with Owen Wilson and Lakeith looks good as well. And it looks like some of the haunts in here might be a little bit scary too.
Yeah, I was like the big budget, like kids horror movie.
Yeah.
Like that same big budget kids horror movie they made when they did the Eddie Murphy one, or
Yeah, it's that same big budget.
it is.
Did Goosebumps have a big budget? The Jack Black one?
It's like sub 100, like
Yeah.
80, 90 million or something like that.
Maybe 95
Enough to get a
million.
sequel. But they are not breaking that $100 million.
Not for old Jack.
But this looked all right. I'm pretty excited for this as well. Honestly, I'll watch the shit out of this.
I like DeVito.
Yeah.
Like that he's like the leader of that Haunted Mansion. We didn't get to go on the Haunted Mansion ride.
Nah, we didn't. There was a line out the front there next to the Weeping Willows, and I was just like had Brody sleeping.
Yeah, I just had enough by then.
Pretty cool.
It was Disneyed out.
Yeah.
At least it'd be better than my Haunted Mansion trip. I just went on there and it was just down here in the park. Fucking same guy who let me into the ride was the same guy who scared me with just gloves and a mask on. You could still see the fucking polo vein.
That's wild. That's
Could have at least
wild.
taken the name tag off, champion.
Can you imagine how much that I would be sweating, like sprinting after the customers after he lets them in? Tickets, thanks, and then like running to the end. And,
Fucking Mr. Boogity at the end there. Like,
But no, that was all our trailers for this week. But no, pretty
Nice.
cool.
all right, let's jump into some casting news. So Jack Kesey from Deadpool 2. I have no idea who he is in Deadpool 2.
He's the
I've been
main.
trying to
He's that bully in the prison. You know, he's
Right.
like, yeah, he's got the longish sort of like dreads. And he's got a scar and shit. Yeah.
He's in 12 Strong as well. And Baywatch. Can't remember him from either. I've seen all three of those movies and I can't remember him. Well, cast as the new Hellboy in was it The Crooked Man? Hellboy the Crooked Man.
Yep.
So it's going to start shooting soon. Robert Eggers announced that Aaron Taylor Johnson has joined the cast of 2. He hasn't, specified who he's going to play yet. I don't know if he is going to play actual Nosferatu. Be different. I know
tank
that
Nosferatu.
CG him. I don't know. I know Willem Dafoe isn't going to be playing him again, which would have been cool. All right, so we got some casting news as well for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What's that subtitle?
Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem. All right, so Rogan, not Joe.
Seth.
Rogan came out on Saturday at the Nickelodeon Kids Awards, and who's going to play our 4 heroes. So Micah Abbey is going to play Donatello. Brown Jr. is going to be Michelangelo. Nicholas Cantu is going to be Leonardo. And Brady Noon is going to play Jackie Chan is going to play Master Splinter. I find it weird that they didn't actually call him Master Splinter. Mentor Splinter. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, yo! Ed Abiri is play April O'Neil, and Rogan is going to play Bebop, John Cena. Ice Cube is going to play Superfly. There was someone else.
Paul Rudd
is going to play
some Gecko character.
Yeah,
Mondo Gecko. They announced someone who's going to play Baxter. I can't remember who's going to play
Juan
Baxter.
Carlo Esposito.
Juan Carlo's going to play Baxter.
Yeah.
What's missing for me from this is my man, Shredder. So there's no mention of Shredder at all in the casting. And it should just be, what's his face? Scorpion. But yeah, so Rose Byrne is going to play Leatherhead. Hannibal Buress is going to play Genghis Frost. Demetriou is going to play Wingnut. Post Malone alone is going to play Ray Fillet. And going to play Cynthia Ultron. It's all going to be directed by Jeff Rowe, who did Gravity Falls vs. the Machines, which is rather fire, actually. What else was there? All right, so we got for the new Alien 9. There is no subtitle yet. This probably won't go by Alien 9, considering the last one. There's a synopsis as well. So it's going to follow a distant world who find themselves in a confrontation with the alien in their universe. So it says universe. Going to be on their planet, or if it's because we've never seen the alien actually come to a planet, besides Alien vs Predator. And
Yeah.
Alien 3, actually. Alien 3. But that was weird because that planet was kind of,
it is giving me, yeah. It's giving me Alien 3 vibes, but it's also the most vague synopsis ever. It's like,
so going by, Fede Alvarez is going to direct it. Going by him, it's not connected to any of the alien lore, which is crazy because if you think about it, all those aliens are dead. Ripley is the only one who, in theory, could carry Spider, but she is on Earth now. If you look at those deleted scenes, but is it? So, Mayor of Easttown's Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson from Industry, Archie Renault from Shadow, Isabella Merkt, who's in Rosaline, Spike Fern, who that is probably one of the cops or something like that, and Eileen Wu, Away From Home. They're the actors that are going to feature in the film to just be fodder for that new alien. So this movie sort of started with an idea that Fede pitched to Ridley Scott, and later Ridley Scott got back in touch with Fede and said, "Are you still interested in that story?" It's pretty interesting.
It makes me think that like there's going to be a lot of control because Ridley has shot down other projects like alien projects in the past. So it's either under his control and he's shepherding it, or he really, really likes it, and it's really in line with the direction of the alien movies that he wants.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
We don't know. This could also be set on that planet that to colonize.
Yeah.
From the end of
Covenant.
Covenant, yeah.
They did say it wasn't connected though at all.
It wasn't connected to the alien universe.
But then that's Alien Covenant, that last one.
Yeah. They only put through the cause that movie should have been called Covenant, not that's why Prometheus wasn't called Alien Prometheus. Anyway, that's all of our casting news for the week.
All right, let's move into some news and development. So we got a first picture of Affleck in Hypnotic. Go check that out. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez, which I didn't know was directing it, but it looks all right. JJ and Chris Pine were talking about Star Trek 4. So JJ said the script is in good shape, and it's actually the best script he's read with the most stakes since the first one, which sounds like standard producer bullshit. Chris Pine, though, was really shitting on Star Trek as a whole, saying that it's cursed. There's no way to kind of recover it unless they're, going to bring the actors into the fold more in the creative side of things. But right now, he hasn't heard shit, and it's been 6 months since Matt Shackman left. No one replacing him because he jumped over to Marvel. Some really, really sad news. Tom Sizemore passed away on Friday as a result of the brain aneurysm, and his family made the decision to take him off life support. He's no longer with us. He passed away peacefully, as peaceful as he can go, with his 2 sons next to him and his family around him. So condolences and blessings to the Sizemore family. James Cameron actually held a screening of Avatar 2 in February. And in that screening, he had an audience there and watched the movie with them. Then after, him and John Landau actually did like a Q&A with the audience. And this is wild because this is the first in like sort of the QC process and movie history. Because he asked the audience, all right, where did it kind of excel? Or where did it fall flat? And where it fell flat, Cameron was really taking notes and saying, this will be hopefully injected into Avatar 3 to make a better movie, make a sharper picture. He also said, and this was wild, he said, we're tagging all of you so that you will return when Avatar 3 comes out, and we will screen it then and do the exact same process. So he's got like this focus group to then sort of make these movies a lot better, which like it's amazing. Like that's crazy because you don't hear about that after the fact. You hear about it before.
Yeah.
I
like the
mean,
idea though. It's a great idea.
That's mad, especially if you know, like you're mapping out movies.
Yeah. You know who'd be great at this if they did that is Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Marvel have so many movies in the fire. Yeah.
It's true.
It'd be good if they adopted this.
Yeah. So if you want to hear that whole Q&A, it's out on YouTube right now. So everyone can go check that out. So Taron Egerton confirmed he's not going to be James Bond. That's who he's not going to be. And he said, I've heard about a couple of other people, but I think they've got someone already. To which Barbara Broccoli replied, we haven't even started casting. Like, we're eyeing maybe 2024 to start shooting, which may look like 2025, actually. So
domestic, nothing important.
So it doesn't look like Bond sort of casted or anything, but Aaron Taylor Johnson and this Louis Laviscount is kind of they're on the short list apparently right now because they haven't even found out what direction they want to go with Bond, and once they do, then they can shortlist. Hopefully, it's not James Bond Jr.
No. I want a 60s set Bond.
Well, Egerton said, I'm putting forward my man. What's his name? Damn it. From Rocket Man. Rob Stark.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, yeah. I want to say his name is Richard Hammond, but that's not
Richard
it.
Madden. Richard Madden. That's who Egerton. Egerton was like, he would make a great Bond.
Yeah.
But we don't know. And that'd suit that 60s aesthetic.
Yeah.
Big time.
Dave's been saying this shit for ages that Richard Madden would be sick for this because it would go back to the roots as well.
Yeah.
The Scottish Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Disney are looking to sell something off. And we talked a little bit about what they could. And I remember saying Hulu would be the thing that they sell off because they're sharing that with another company. Now, Disney are smart. There is always an agenda with Disney, whether it be political or for the wellness of the prosperity of the company. So it looks like they're going to sell off Hulu to Universal with the option to get Hulk and Namor back, which is extremely that's chess moves. Because as you know, if Disney make a Hulk movie solo, it needs to be distributed through Universal. That should have been ended this year, but it looks like it hasn't. Looks like it goes on for fucking perpetuity. But anyways, if they do, they'll be able to make solo Hulk and Namor films and just distribute it through Disney, Marvel, whatever banner they choose. So the rights will be fully theirs. So let's hope it goes through.
Do you think,
Theo Ross.
Wait. Do you think that Hulk and Namor getting those characters is worth 27 points?
Fuck.
Yeah, just to sweeten the deal, 100%. Disney are looking to make money because they're at a loss right now. They're running at a loss because of the parks and the theatrical windows because of COVID and whatnot. It's now about yeah, because of Florida. So yeah, I reckon they want to get rid of it because they've already got Disney Plus, and then they're kind of supplementing it with Hulu. Like it feels like why spend twice when you can spend once and maximize it there? Because Disney aren't interested so much in the direct-to-consumer market because they want the theatrical exhibition because that hits more. when it hits more. Like when Disney had those fire years, fuck, they killed everyone that year.
Yeah.
It's like $25 billion at the box office and shit.
Yeah. Like all of their
And their
pictures
release
were
slate
making
was
a boom.
halved.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Thea Rossi was talking about a possible project that Charlie Hunnam and Kurt Sutter are working on that would reunite the whole Sons of Anarchy cast. And this is wild because most of those characters die in the show.
That is true.
And like even Thea Rossi's character dies in the show. Juicy goes. So does Jax. Spoilers. But to have them kind of reunite would mean that it works somewhere earlier in the timeline. So the interviewer actually asked Thea Rossi that you're talking about. He said, "You'll just have to wait and see."
Next minute, Sons of Anarchy NFTs. Buy them now.
Fucking hell, that'd be so disgusting.
$30,000 for a pair of Jax Teller's Air Forces.
Yeah.
I want the shirt and the glasses and the cut. And that will be my Halloween costume. Thank you.
And the knife.
Oh,
yeah.
That knife and knife holster is hard. That is a hard look.
And I get to have one backseat ride on the dive.
Charlie Hunnam on the drive. Interstate. Riding Charlie Hunnam. So we have a Smoke and Mirrors fan on YouTube asking, what's the name of the movie that we were talking about at the start? The name of the movie, Joanne Murdoch, is Haunted Mansion. That's dropping quite soon, so check that out. Thanks for commenting. And that is a wrap on all the news and developments.
Moving
into our thoughts. So we got Shrinking, and we also got Demon Slayer. Which one do you want to tackle first?
Up to you, Oz.
Let's go Shrinking, because I want you to take it out, Pause.
Yeah.
Shrinking. Shrinking this week was fun. Shrinking was excellent this week.
It was.
And this dealt with like the aftermath of Gabby and Jimmy getting it on after that proposal party, and Alice and
Sean.
Sean. I was like thinking Stevie or some shit like that. Alice and Sean, and how like that connection just didn't work that night. But like the biggest piece was based on Paul. So Paul then sort of reconnecting with his daughter, her now knowing like he's got Parkinson's and his symptoms are kind of, so she's almost like babying him, and he's just not used to it. Like and he's like getting into the like, I'm going to organize this for you. We need to go here, and his life went from freedom to it's all appointments, and it's almost like a constant reminder that this thing's coming for him.
Yeah.
And he like rallies against it because there's a final straw with his daughter where she's like, and you'll move in with us. And like, you'll move cross country and all this shit. And then at that point, he just can't take it. A mid phone call with her son, he's like, I'm not moving in with you.
Yeah. I mean, she sort of rearranged her life and everything for him. But yeah, I can see where he's coming from. Give up my freedom for anything as well. Like even if I was sick.
Yeah, but at that point, he's not like full blown Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So no doubt he wants to live his life the way that like he wants to, without that control or without the constant reminder. He doesn't need a carer right now.
But that's what she says at the end there, right? Is that get him when he isn't able to sort of look after himself.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad as well, because you don't want to be your last memories, right?
Yeah. and he's like, I guess it's like like all of his nightmares confirmed. He didn't want to involve her, but he needed to, and now it's like, nah, it is making the real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was wild that Jimmy found out that he was safe dick.
Yeah. Safe dick. Is it safe dick or safe penis? Safe dick.
safe dick, because she says dick.
But yeah, what's his face? Gabby is, you know, I don't think she's, you know, so nonchalant about it. I think
Same.
she's 100% into it, and he's 100% into it. And what's his face? They, you know, just need to bang again.
Yeah. That is the answer.
Something else.
Yeah. Very nice girl.
Yeah. So this episode ends with him talking to his wife through a picture. And then, you know, basically, and when he looks back, his daughter's standing there, and an idiot was just like talking to your mom.
He's being cool dad.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was the other thing that happened in this? It was like, this is like A-level acting by Harrison Ford. You know, when you find out that there's sometimes that he can't move forward, like he freezes, and even though he wants to walk, he can't walk because of the Parkinson's blocking the messaging to his legs. So when he needs it the most, he's trying to walk after his daughter, and like Ford, like he's fighting tears, he's angry and frustrated, and he's just, it's just next level acting.
Yeah, he's killing this. This is the best I've seen him. This is the best I've seen him.
Yeah.
Almost makes me wish he was in Lasso now, and like he just absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
That's fucking Ted Lasso with the bloody never gonna give you up. I was damn near cried in that scene.
Oh, the funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sad as shit. But funny. I don't know how they do it. Anyway.
This is Brett Goldstein.
Yeah.
And he wrote this episode as well.
Oi. He's here. He's every fucking where Roy can. Fuck, I love Roy. I don't want it to finish. This is going to finish when Lasso starts, more than likely. I do not want the show to finish.
There's 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I managed to get some tickets for the premiere, which is like a month early premiere of the 3rd season of Demon Slayer, which was fucking cool.
That's mad.
Yeah, so they were allowing people, like, it was all like just open to the consumer to just buy tickets. You get to see the first episode of the 3rd season before the official airing on April 9th with Crunchyroll. So with the package, essentially, you got the last 2 episodes of the 2nd season, and then they also promised that the first episode of season 3 will be an hour long, which is crazy when you think about, like, you know, how anime works and how they draw that shit and how they would have to, like, you know, prepare for that too. But just quickly, like, fucking the way that anime is being set up now, they're doing much shorter seasons than they have been. So the last season of Demon Slayer was only 11 episodes compared to the usual. Sometimes they can drop like 26 to 52. Now, so we get the last 2 episodes of Demon Slayer season 2, and this was all just a rehash of everything that happened. So the main character, Tanjiro, he finds out that his father gave him something that he didn't know about. So there's elements in this show. And depending on who you are, you can learn a specific element. So for Tanjiro, it's water breathing. But as he fights and as he continues to fight, he learns that his father, who passed away from a sickness, gave him another style, and that was sun breathing. And he's one of the only, and it's one of the only. He's one of the only people who can perform this sword style because there's not many of them. So it's so rare for them to actually have this style. And like that branches off one of the maddest fights ever that I've seen in an anime in the second last episode of season 2. And then the last episode obviously caps everything off. We get to see that, compared to the last arc that we had, the Hashira, or the almost like the Navy SEALs of the Demon Slayer Corps, this one didn't die. The Sound Hashira, Tengen. He loses a hand, he loses an eye, but he still survives going through it. It's rough, this show, man. It's fucking cool, though.
Sounds it.
Yeah. Tengen has these 2 swords, and they're almost like nunchuck swords because they're attached by a chain. And you see this oath throwing these sides at him, and you see him just like nunchucking all these sides away, but it's doing like a full 360 around him as he's doing it too. Like the action scenes are just unbelievable. One of the breathing
was just munching that popcorn.
Oh man,
just hammer manning the drink.
I just bought a medium Coke Zero with a large popcorn and then peanut M&Ms, and threw all the peanut M&Ms into the popcorn and shook it. Oz was shooketh by the time I halfway through that shit.
This guy does that with the Maltese.
Jesus.
Get real gooey and whatnot.
Gotta have the clusters.
Actually sounds really good. Oz might do that. Gooey. But yeah, so this obviously caps off, and then we begin the 3rd season of Demon Slayer. Now, I was a little disappointed because from what they said, it was going to be an hour episode, right? They lied. It was a standard episode. It was 27. It was a little bit longer. It was like half an hour compared to the 18 minutes. It was a lot of talking and a lot of actual world building for everything that's going to happen here. So the Swordsmith Village is where they actually build all of the swords for the Demon Slayers. So they have these special swords that when you actually get them, they change colors. So it's almost like the sorting hat for samurai, if you want to put it like that. And depending on the color that you have actually dictates where you can go as a Demon Slayer to what teacher you can fall under. So for example, Zenitsu has a sword which is silver, but it has lightning strikes through it. So he learns lightning breathing. It's cool, but Tanjiro, his sword went completely black, but he still learns water breathing, but now he's got sun breathing as well.
How big was Tanjiro's sword? Did he just have a big Sephiroth and Sudanese samurai?
Demon Slayer, Afro Samurai. But yeah, so it was a lot of talking, a lot of world building in regards to that. His swordsmith, who actually makes his sword, has gone missing, and they don't know where he went. So they're trying to find this guy throughout the whole start of this episode. You meet some new characters, so like the Hashira that I mentioned before. They have 2 of these in this season now. So they have the Mist Hashira, and they also have the Love Hashira. There was also a controversial scene which people were complaining about of the Love Hashira getting out of the onsen completely nude. People this is disgusting. My kids watch this show. There was mad controversy about it before it actually aired.
How graphic was it?
It wasn't. It was just a lot of skin, no nipples, no nunny, nothing like that. It was all covered.
Nuni. We'll have nuni of that.
And the way that this show the way that this episode works out is that Tanjiro meets the Love Hashira and then like runs into the Mist Hashira, and this guy is like complaining with one of these swordsmiths about his swords. But then you see this guy has like a bodyguard with him, and this guy looks exactly like Tanjiro's father. And he's like, I've seen this guy before. Like, it's hard to explain. Well, not hard to explain, but more so like Tanjiro has visions of seeing this guy doing this fire dance. And that's how he gets into that sun breathing, because he sees his father doing the same thing. But the biggest thing for me in this first episode was that we finally got to see the meeting with all of the upper rank demons, which was fucking cool. So there's only 6 of these guys, and these are like the big bads of this whole show. And you get to see like the main bad guy, Muzan Kibitsuji. I keep butchering this guy's name, but everyone calls him Michael Jackson because he dresses like Michael Jackson.
Like that round table meeting in New Jack City with Nino Brown at the head of the table.
It is like that. You see him, but you see him and he grabs this guy's head and just rips it off. He's just there like talking to the head. And this other guy gets his head sliced in half, and these demons can regenerate really quick too. But you finally get to interact with these characters that they've been like hyping up for the last 2 seasons, as well as the Mugen train arc, and you finally get to see all of them in one place, and they still keep them very secretive as well. You don't know what they do. You just see all of them talking to each other, and how there's like this weird rivalry between all 6 of them there. And there's only 6 of these guys, and they're like elite, like best the best type shit. So I'm hanging, because with 2 Hashiras being introduced into this instead of the usual 1, it means that we might see some crazy shit going on in this village as well. I'm expecting like big things for this arc, because if it's the swordsmith village and they're battling throughout this, maybe Tanjiro, with not having a sword right now because he broke it, he's going to have to grab other swords to fight and shit like that. And we might see some cool scenes.
Like Fong Sayuk 2?
Yeah.
Multiple swords?
Yeah. I'm fucking pumped, man. Like I was telling Dave, it was kind of mid coming out of there, because I was a little bit disappointed, because I was expecting that hour long and I wanted that setup, man. But thinking about it now, I did enjoy it because it does set up a lot of stuff, but also now I've got to wait, because April 9th, and then I've got to rewatch the first episode, then I've got to wait another week and watch the second episode after that.
Can you imagine if the broadcast episode was the hour-long episode?
Those would be sending so many owls, just letters, man. Hedwig has got smoke for everyone. But no, overall, this was mad.
That's sick. So, how's the animation in this?
Man,
has it changed, or is it better? Or
so I was nervous because I don't know. With 7 Deadly Sins, the animation actually got worse, and because of the transition to Tokyo TV, they took out all of the violence as well. But this retained all of the violence and the same quality for the animation too. So you know how with a lot of shows where, well, a lot of anime, they'll have like very well drawn characters when they're not doing anything too fast, but then when it does come to fast play, they're very like loosely drawn so they can move like that. This keeps that same quality throughout the fights, as well as like the more quiet moments, and it stayed like that now as well.
Like Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, where it's actually proper drawn like that, like constantly. It's good.
That's sick. And how was it watching anime in the theater?
You know what? It was kind of weird. There was a group of kids in front of me, and they talked through the whole thing. And like they weren't whispering either. But then at the same time, it just felt like, you know, when you're with your mates and you've seen a show before and you just talk and you watch, it kind of felt like that kind of energy going through the whole crowd. So no one was really mad at anyone. I was like a little bit shitty at the start, and then I was like, oh, fuck it. They're just kids. They're having fun as well.
Yeah.
Guy next to me wasn't having it though. But like it was a different energy. It was a very small cinema. Obviously, there's not like a big crowd for this thing, but it was packed in there, dog. It was like every seat was filled. And it
That's
was
mad.
maybe like 8 rows, like 8 seats a row. So still good money, still packed. It was hot, man. Like we were packed like sardines.
Good lord. Let's bring a fan next time.
But this was cool. Fucking, if anyone
Sick.
wants to have like a mad gateway show, this is one of those shows. This Attack on Titan, so good.
I've heard about the Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan,
As have
so
I.
good, man.
I need to watch that shit. Very good there, foreign correspondent Triz. Getting in all the movie zones.
Terry loves his foreign material.
That was mad. All right. And that is all the thoughts, news, and reviews that we have for you this week. We'll be back on Thursday with our thoughts on Champions and The Last of Us, episode 8. Jazz is excited for.
Same.
I
just remembered it's on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry, just quickly. I know I was giving their thoughts on Mando and Last of Us, but Last of Us was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I actually really enjoyed it. I like the suspense with everything happening there and how they were still acting like kids, even though there was a lot of like emotional stuff there that seemed more geared for adults too, which was good. And then just quickly, Mando, the start was cool because of the initiation with receiving your helmet. That was fucking cool to see. But I think watching from Boba Fett directly into this, I enjoyed it a lot. Because what do you call it? Obviously, like the recap has him in Boba Fett being called the apostate and having to go to the living waters there in fucking Mandalore. But this was, I didn't mind it. So yeah, really excited. Fucking every Wednesday now, man. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. The Thursday show is it's going to be something else. All right.
Does what's the place start? It's soon, yeah.
Oh, fuck. We always say March 17th, but I think this show said March 24th.
Yeah, season 3, yeah?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. 2.
2.
Yeah. So this is American time, Sunday, March 26th.
Oh, so it's a Monday
But then
show.
the streamer gets it the Friday.
Paramount.
Yeah. But it's on because it's on free to air or Showtime, so they drop it on the Sunday. Not for me.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, March 24th. You're right.
Friday.
Today.
It's out on Friday on Paramount Plus. It'll launch.
Yeah, should be the Let the Right One In slot, which is like
because that's where I watched it
on 10.
Yeah, roughly 2 and a bit weeks from now.
Yeah, Ted Lasso the week before though.
She'll be Friday.
And then Tetris at the end of the month, the 31st of March.
You know what sucks?
I think what?
We didn't get an episode of Bel Air.
Is Oz rate? Does Oz rate the Bel Air? Oz might start watching that shit. I
watch it every week when it's out. I watched the last season week to week. So straight up, it was great.
And then just take a week hiatus.
There's some big award something on.
That's bullshit. We'll see. Hopefully it's just a day delay and then it's back tomorrow or some shit like that.
No, it's supposed to drop on Fridays. Been checking this whole weekend.
Disgusting. Yeah. That's it. That's a wrap. Love yourself.